Hey, Jesus is Lord. Yes, sir, Bob, the word works. Let's go back to authority. When God made man, Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, he said, let us make man in our image. You and I are made in the image of God, and God is not having somebody tell him what to do. He's the one that's in charge. Jesus said, when he came back after he had cursed the fig tree in Mark chapter 11, he said, what things soever you desire when you pray. But in that, he said, you too can say. And Peter said, Lord, the fig tree which you cursed, why, it's withered away. Jesus didn't say, oh, sure is. See, because he expected his words to be with power. There's a verse that people kind of get messed up on, and I want to talk about it. The centurion that came to Jesus and asked him about his servant who was nigh unto death. Jesus was just standing there, and he said, look, the centurion said this, look, I'm a man also under authority, and I understand the power of words. He said, I got servants, I've got soldiers. They work for me, and I tell one go, he goes. I tell another come, and he comes. And he said, and I understand the power of words. So if you will say about my servant, then he'll have to obey that, and healing will have to come. And Jesus was amazed. He marveled. And he said, I hadn't found faith like that all in Israel, because he understood two things there. He understood the power of Jesus' words. He understood the power of his words. And he understood that Jesus was under authority, and whatever he said would come to pass. This was a natural man. Now, I'm going to say some things here that might make you upset, but I'm going to say it anyway. You take successful businessmen, they are people that understand authority, and they tell people what to do, and they take the money and make decisions based on their authority. They don't work for somebody else and just hope everything's going to work out all right. You may not like him, but you even take Trump. He was a successful businessman before he ever got in the place that he was now, and that's why the certain people don't like him, because they don't know how to deal with a man that takes authority and does things right. You need to take your authority and say, sickness, flee. Lack, flee. Poverty, flee. Dysfunctional things in my home, flee. I'm not going to put up with that anymore. I'm going to have the blessings of God. And don't be like the children of Israel, where God had to say, how long are you going to be slack to go in and possess that which I've told you to possess? And go to the book of Proverbs. It says the slothful man sits in his house and not going to go outside. There's a lion in the streets. He don't know if there's a lion in the streets. He's just making an excuse because he don't want to go outside. Successful people take authority. They do things. They go places. They don't just sit around with nothing to do. Well, maybe God someday will change my circumstances. I'm going to pray, and maybe the Lord will hear me and heal my old sick body. No, 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 no. Jesus done paid the price for you. With his stripes you were healed. He sent his word and healed you. So you get out of that chair, you get off of your and get out there and say, my body's well. I'm going to go cook breakfast, or I'm going to clean the house, or I'm going to go look for a job today. Use your authority, and don't put up with what the devil tells you got to have. You're the one that's in charge, and Jesus told you about that. Subdue some kingdoms. Kick a little bit of devil, you know what. Tell him to get out of there. Don't let him mess with you no more. Don't let him mess with your brain anymore. You got it. You receive it. Do it, do it, do it until I'm with you tomorrow. Remember, hey, Jesus is Lord. Thank God. Hey, the word works.